Now, today we will talk about using Android to create the best user experience with IoT. Actually, this presentation is for more like the developer experience because Google made so much good things for developers by, making the Brillo operating system and the Weave protocol. I'm Resul Yıldırım. I'm coming from Turkey and working as a user experience designer at Innovation Box currently. It's been 2 years, I guess. And before that, I started to, work on mobile applications and user experience in 2012. And today we have a good roadmap, actually. I'll give some introduction and give some information about user experience and the Internet of Things. Then we will talk about Android Brillo, and we'll see some examples about it. Then I'll take some questions from you, I hope. And let's start. And what is Internet of Things? It's actually the communication between the electronic devices. And also, this communication, at the end of the day, start to communicate you. Just, the other definition is intelligent interactivity between the human and the things to exchange, information and knowledge. Just like in this one, we use sensors to collect data, then we send them via connection, then peoples are using this data to make our life easier. For example, this is a funny GIF. This is a sensor. It's collecting the data, and sending the communication, and data is used. And this interaction is, allows us to create new type of smart applications and devices. And there is a video for it. We are currently making this kind of things with Internet of Things. We don't need sound. It's so cool, I think. You don't need to park your car. It can, yeah. That's just start. And after the meeting, take your phone, put in your app, and call it back. Your private driver. That's all. As you can see, we can currently making that kind of things by using Internet of Things devices. They're communicating with applications, and there is a statistic for that. During 2008, the number of the things connected to Internet, was like this amount, but they are expecting it, getting so big, and it will reach 50 billion devices in 2020. So that's really, really big expectation. And the IoT, actually the Internet of Things, started at 1985, 84. They connected some cameras on the internet, and they actually started the Internet of Things age. Also, one of the most famous Internet of Things devices is your smartphone, because it contains lots of sensors and operating system, and it communicates with you. And this information just for the UX designers, I think, because we are starting to get out the digital life. We need to work on physical objects again with the Internet of Things, because this how can I say, these devices help us to imagine the real things again. With smartphones or computers, we were working on 2D surfaces, and thanks to Internet of Things, we have a chance to work on 3D surfaces again, 3D objects. So what is user experience then? Is it UI? No, I don't think so. Most of the people think that UI is user experience. No, it's big, how can I say, fault. User experience is about your feelings, than your, when you see a product or when you use a product, we will care about your feelings in general. And also, there's a graphic to, understand that the user experience. User experience contains more like research and some kind of engineering stuff. We make surveys, we create user stories, we make personas, user research, and we combine all of these data to, give you a specific feeling when you are using your application or mobile site. Then this data goes to UI workers, and the UI person make the layout, visual design, branding, typography, colors. So it's not UI. So what is the purpose of user experience? Mostly we use it for user acquisition to get more users. Then also we need to activate our users. So if we don't activate them, if you don't ping them, you will not use our product anymore. And of course, user retention. We have to care about our customers, our users. So where we use user experience, actually in our daily life, on web, on mobile, on wearables, on Internet of Things, even on your car. So how can we design for Internet of Things? Most of the designers, most of the user experience designers also started from the web. Then they, implement their project to mobile, and now they need to implement their project on Internet of Things. But UX getting out of the screen. In the next couple of years, UX designers will have the opportunity to design that involve not just screen, but for the world around them. They need to design for their own places, like homes, like works, like offices. So this is an example for it. That we are planning to work on physical forms, and this card actually connects your physical cards with your smartphones. You can use these cards to copy the information of your credit card to your smartphone. That's not so usable. And also, we will enhance existing product by using digital services. They have to communicate also with the cloud, with the web, with your mobile. So we have to work on physical and digital environments. Also, thanks to Internet of Things, we can make smarter devices and applications by using live data, because live data is very important for us. And they just started to talk about the big data, so using big data or live data is really important to get your users and your users' habit. So there are some design challenges. Everything is not so easy. So first of all, interaction design between devices and the services, because there are sometimes one device and multiple services. For example, how can I say? Let's create it then. And sometimes the multiple devices and one services, like your Gmail account, like your YouTube application. It's so one service, but you can use it on multiple devices. And one of the biggest challenges, data processing, because we need to collect some data, and we have to use this data, and when making this, we have to use this data for designing, because we need to get to know our users. So it's not so easy, especially when working on IoT devices, because they are, at the early ages and they don't have so many functions, so we cannot actually track them by using live data or data. And also, physical interactions. It's, in 2004, I had a, bigger phone than my current phone. It has an antenna and, there were buttons on it. Then in 2006, I got a Motorola device that was so smaller than the other one. And now I'm using this smartphone. Not anymore. And I was using this smartphone, and now it's getting bigger again. So while using physical interactions, it's not so easy to predict your user's habit. So we need to get on the field. We need to make some research to, understand the physical interactions. So what is Android Brillo then? Why are we here? And why Android Brillo is so important for us? Actually, Google's vision with Android Brillo is bring the simplicity and the speed of software development to, hardware by joining together. And it contains three major components, actually. There are some operating system. It uses, it connects with the, it connects with the hardware and the kernel. Then there is a HAL layer, hardware abstraction layer, which, makes these all communications with connectivity and administration. And this embedded OS based on Android, and it's open source. So everyone he wants to, or who wants to, wants to, get some new features on it, they can have access to source code. Also, it gets updates frequently. Every 6 weeks, it gets minor updates, and every 6 months, it gets LTS, long-term support. And also, there's a board package support for it. Brillo is supporting ARM, Intel, and MIPS devices. Currently, they announced a new Intel board, which is completely compatible with Android Brillo. And it can work on 128 megabytes of storage and 32 megabytes of RAM. And the core services, as you can see the data stuff on my slides before. So it's not so easy to collect some data, some metrics. So to do that, Android Brillo uses, it collects metrics and crash reportings. So you can track your users, and you can track your own device also on the field, because it's real time, and you just need a permission to do that from the user. Also, they give over-the-air updates, so you can update your devices by, sitting in your chair. Just push one button, and every Brillo device gets the update. Or you can update them by one by. It's your choice. It's completely your choice. Also, there is a developer kit. Developer kit uses Android MK. Do you know Android MK? And also, it has a standard testing packages. And also, it uses Android debugging, ADB. And by this way, you don't need to, learn new things from the scratch. You can use your Android knowledge to develop IoT devices with Brillo. So, how is it going? The Weave. We use Weave as a protocol, actually a library for developing Android Brillo, because we need a new capability to make the connection with the device, cloud, and the IoT device. So Weave helps you focus on adding intelligence into the user experience in 2 ways. By giving you all the building blocks you need for communicating with your, I'm looking for the wrong slide, sorry. And yeah, 15 minutes. And it gives you 2 opportunities. Language is so, how can I say, cross-platform. So you can use it on your iOS phone, Android phone, or web. And also, it's communicating the devices directly. So both of these opportunities is really good for communicating. And there are some SDKs, libraries, and services, and there's a communication between them. For example, they are using local APIs to communicate with the device, and they are using cloud APIs. The IoT devices send information to cloud, and cloud sends this information to your smartphone. And also, your smartphone process this data, and when you give an command, it directly sends this command to cloud API, and then IoT devices, and the happy ending. And yeah, that's all made for your smartphone, actually, because in 2014, Sundar Pichai said that the smartphone is is the center of these whole connections, because we are carrying them all the time on our pocket, and they are a part of our daily life. So why don't we use them as control center for it? Then they decided to make this. Weave gives you the opportunity to control all Weave devices in one place. If you give some permissions, you can use all Weave devices on your own application. So you don't need to develop all the devices by yourself. For example, you can use a control. You can control another. For example, it's a key. There's an X brand key. Okay, you can use this X brand key with your B brand application, if they allow to control it. So it's really easy, because it can work cross-platform. It can work on any devices which uses Weave, and you can control it on your smartphone by using basic features. There is a video for it. This is a Brillo supported device. What's not happening? Okay. This device is Android Google On Hub. It's a smart hub, and it lets you to drop these password things, because it sometimes gets so hard to connect the internet by using modems or routers. So, yep. And it's not so for end user. Yep, this is Google On Hub. For example, Google On Hub uses a spatial frequency to interact with your smartphone, and you don't need to type a password to connect your hub. The smartphone sends this frequency, and it connects automatically your hub. Also, you can give some permissions to devices. For example, this device can connect the internet for all the day. This device can connect the internet for 1 hour. So you can limit, or you can arrange them by your by your usage. For example, you have a visitor in your home, and he or she wants to connect the internet. So you just want to give them for 5 megabits of connection. So you can limit it, and you can say, yeah, this device can connect internet in 5 megabits for 2 hours. And then after 2 hours, that device won't be connected to internet. This is the very good part of Google On Hub. Also, you can use it on your office. Sometimes it's really important to give your visitors internet connection, but you should also carry your personal information or company information inside. So it's really good for separating the lines and the users. My presentation is over, and thank you for listening me in the morning. I'm still sleeping. And yeah, do you have any questions?